Okay, guys, here we are again, Sunday afternoon, early afternoon, and see how these woods dried that we were working on in the morning. This thing to behave properly. I don't know why this thing wants me to rotate the device. I am not going to rotate the device. We're going to have it just like we did this morning. Well, there it is. Hopefully you guys don't have a weird notation on there that says to rotate the device, because I'm not going to. This is exactly how we filmed this morning, and I don't know why it's not liking it. Oh, made that thing go away. Smartphone, not so smart. Okay, so here is the woods that we worked on this morning. We dry brushed these, and we have not dry brushed them. So that's what we're going to do next. Is we're going to go ahead and do that dry brushing. And get this out of the way. It's kind of a brush we were using for dry brushing, kind of a crummy one. Yeah, I've got hardly anything on my table and it's still in my way. So you guys that have a messy paint area, I don't know how the heck you guys do it. You're better people than me. Okay. Some of this green out here. I'm using a craft paint for this. And all right. This one we're done. We've got to just do the grass on the edges, and hopefully I'm happy with how that turns out. Remains to be seen, but at this point there's there's point of no return at this point. Could probably do the larger brush. A little bit of highlighting on there that'll help. Give it a little pop of color. And hopefully not make it look like it's too woodland scenic enough. Okay. Hey, Joe and Skylab. Let's see. Doesn't need to be really fancy. I don't want to spend an eternity on this. We've got other things to do other than fool with this. Come on, more power. More power. You guys hear any wind? Well, I'm dying in here. Okay. Almost done with that, and then we'll go to yellow. Oh, I see one here. It needs a little bit of. All right. Get some yellow in there. Good afternoon from Utah. Well, Utah, where the weather's a hell of a lot better. It was hot. It's been hot as crap the last 2 days. We got a tease of fall weather, but nope. Not happening. Didn't happen. Not yet. No. I'm not getting a real good vibe off this, to be honest with you. This might turn out okay, but I am not loving how this is turning out. And, you know, I'm my own worst critic. You guys may think it's fine, but I'm not happy with how it's turning out. And it's not really the trees, it's just the space that's here underneath. I'm not loving it. But I didn't want to cover the whole damn thing with grass either, because then I can't get this thing to stick. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But I did do the other woods the same way, and I was happy with how they turned out. So maybe it's just an optical delusion. We'll see. All right, that's what we're going to do now. Glad we didn't have to resort to using the hot glue gun, because that leaves all kinds of the stringy stuff everywhere. The stuff that looks like hair that's not really hair is just a string at the very end of the hot glue gun. Almost elastic-like. All right, we're gonna leave that alone for a little bit. We put the grass, and we'll do that in here. I'm not gonna do it in the garage like I thought I was going to. We'll want to make sure we don't sprinkle any on the top and have it on top of the trees. That's not the look we want. Okay, so where are we at in Auxilia? Auxilia territory here. Right, it's nice and 60 degrees now in Utah, you bastard. Kind of looks like our woods with brown grass and multicolored cedar trees. Okay, well, they're gonna have to be kind of uniform. You look up, I can't make them specifically for Ireland, and they not work for anything else. So it's kind of a generic type of look there. Yeah. Well, it'll look better because we're going to do some grass on the edges here, kind of like we did with these, and it'll be fine. And this was the other color brown base, but it turned out damn near the same, so that was just kind of a non-issue. So, hey, you know, if I don't like them, I'll pull the damn woods off and throw away the cardboard. It's it's damn near free to make them, so it's only my time that cost money. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to, when we bring in the grass, we're going to have it come in towards the edges. If there's sparse spots in the middle, it's only going to be in the very middle there. We'll be fine. Okay, auxilia wise, we got 4 done, 5 to go. Okay. I think I decided at this point I am not going to roll right into their allies. I'm not going to do the Scots Isles. I want to start working on the next army. So this is the guy we just got done. And yeah, pleasantly surprised with the dull coat that's acrylic. It dulled it really well with one pass on the flag. And it's pretty darn dull. So we need to do some pictures this afternoon with some not light, which is awesome, but I think it's just the cameras. The camera's just fighting the light. It's putting out too much light or something. So anyhow, all right, get rid of just a little bit and we should be good to go. All right, so these are the 4 guys we got. These are the 5 guys we got left. We got the big behemoth dude, and got half a mind to paint him next. I think we'll do that. We're gonna paint the big behemoth dude, the big monster guy. So. All right, let's set this off to the side. It is 12:35, so we'll give it till 1 to put the grass on here. We'll let that dry a little bit. All right, first we're gonna do is give the man a line, something like that. Ah, you're such a liner. A little bit of maintenance thing here. What is this? This is old news. Perfect. All right. We're just gonna paint his shirt, which this guy's running at full speed, so it looks like his shirt's actually coming up at the end, but luckily there's nothing to see under his shirt. Whew. Not that kind of miniature. We should call him Conan the Barbarian. Conan O'Brien's Irish, so if Conan is an Irish name, then that would be perfect because and he's pretty close to 20 mil scale. Um, yeah, he's got one shoe and one non-shoe, so this guy's Shaq sized. Got a mustache of unusual size. It's got to be a redheaded dude. We'll make him world's biggest pale redneck guy. So, redheaded guy. All right, so we're done with that. Let's bring this up a notch. The point of view makes it seem like we're upside down over your head. Maybe rotate the camera POV 180. Perhaps we would seem to be above. Let me see if I can do that. Although I can't guarantee that I can make that work because this is the same way I did it this morning that I've done it every time with this thing. I don't know why this wants to be difficult. If I rotate this 180, I'm not going to have the power plug on the right side. Let me see if I can get away with this. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. This is going to fall off, and I've already had one crash this morning. Something else unrelated. So I don't know why this thing is. I'm doing it exactly the same way I did. The only thing I did different. Yeah. Let's try doing. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try something different here. Let's go here. And then how's that? It's going to be really hard for me to get my damn head in the way now. Yeah, not going to be in the way now. So, unless I'm like this, and yeah, can't pick that way. So, all right. Maybe this new cam stand wasn't the way to go. Keep thinking it would be better overhead, and maybe it just isn't better overhead. Yeah. Let's do. So let's mix up a lighter shade. Okay, that's an improvement. All right. That's I just assumed overhead was better. I guess it isn't. We're still shooting at a 80 degree. This is like a Stuka angle, so that's I just got to remember to do that. That's fine too. It's totally out of the way. I got this huge area, not in the way, but Anyhow, so hopefully you guys are doing some painting, not just watching some idiot here sticking his head in front of the camera. And it's probably more entertaining than what I'm doing, but I'm not a light yourself on fire, run around like an idiot type of channel, so. This guy's got the world's largest shirt. Really looking forward to painting something different. I'm a little tired of the Irish. That's the thing is, you know, by the time I get a chance to play these guys, I'm already tired of them. I've spent hundreds of hours with these folks and haven't played a game with them. By the time I play a game, I'm like, whatever. Whatever. Okay, now we can go to a more detailed brush. This guy should be fine. Man, I hope it's cool tomorrow. If it's hot, you guys may end up getting a game video with the AC running. Harder to hear for sure, and you have that drone in the background, but I don't know, after this hot weekend, I don't think I have it in me to sit there and play a hot game after being at work, because I'm already going to be hot at work. And I don't want to be sweltering playing a game, so we'll see how it pans out. Hopefully we'll get rain all day and then it won't be an issue. Okay, by the way, you really appreciate the Venetian Candata series. Watching how one army reacts to several different armies was very interesting. So we're going to do more of that once we can stop. Well, what you guys didn't get to see is, historically what we tend to do is when one army finishes being done, when somebody finishes their army, we haven't done that because, you know, at some point it'd be like my Irish would go and they'd play all their enemies. So we could do that. One person would play the army that they just finished or the army that they just bought, and the other people would go in order through their enemies. We haven't done one of those on film. You get some interesting matchups sometimes that don't make balanced battles, but that end up being ones where the army that does not have the advantage sometimes wins. So you never know what you're going to get. So that's kind of cool. I know we did that with, we did that one time we were playing through Mitch's Polish army and had to play the Mongols, and he won terrain, of course, because the Mongols are aggression 4. And he put a freaking swamp in front of me. He put like 2 woods and 3 swamps or something like that. Something horrendous. And the Mongols are all mounted, except for they can have an artillery piece. And that artillery piece got like 3 of the kills. He was lobbing stuff over the marshes. Sometimes, you know, sometimes what you think is a foregone conclusion isn't. So we'll try and get some of those in, but it's getting, normally what we'd probably do is we'd do something like, we'd have our normal game night on Monday, and then on Tuesday or some other day in the week, I'd go over there and play through all the enemies of the Irish. The problem is that the schedule right now, after work through the week for me is, we've got a lot of busy schedules to pick. It's very difficult to commit to having a second play day in a week during this fall air season. It might be better in the winter, but we'll see. That's difficult. We were able to do that a couple times in the summer because we didn't have those issues. So I don't know why this brush in particular likes to split up. We're done with you. We'll come use you later another time. But it likes to separate away from each other when it's, hey, it's the cost of having these cheap ass brushes, right? And like I mentioned, I'm not going to buy an expensive brush when I have to mail order them and buy them sight unseen. So that isn't happening. All right, here we go. So yeah, it's difficult to get another game in during this time of year. So we'll try to do that more often when it gets cooler, for sure, and there's less commitments on that. But like I said before, having this video going on are gameplay videos of Tony was filming less painting because they're not related to each other. Right now, other people are on their work schedule, so I'm off Saturday and Sunday, but Mitch is not. So this is his Friday. So okay, maybe kick this up a notch, one little more in highlighting. This guy's feet are so big you can only afford to have one shoe. Yeah, that's the story. And with one red shoe. No, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. So let's, we're done with that. Let's see, should we do the flesh next? Yeah, let's do the flesh next. Okay, do we still have, we don't. Here. Views such as you did with the Ostrogoths. I really like that one, especially as I have those armies. Yes, but they take a long time to do because I got to take pictures of all the figures and yes, there will be more, but those are pretty intensive. Now the nice thing is if something were ever to happen to my miniatures, I still have the documentation, so I don't know why anything would happen to them, but yeah, those are pretty intensive. The easiest thing we can do is, the easiest videos to do are these. Okay, second easiest to do are gameplay videos. We're going to play the game anyways, might as well bring you guys along. Anything other than those two are going to take more, effort. I've honestly been surprised that I am even able to do the unboxings because The fact that I get something in the mail and I wait to open it until I get the camera ready and everything is kind of insane. I would have never done that many years ago. I would have been like, nope, I got to open it now. I'm not waiting to find out what it is at the same time you guys are. So that's kind of, I'm actually surprised I'm even able to do one of those, but my attitude's kind of changed about it. You know, the more stuff you have, the less impact each individual purchase makes on the whole thing. So, but yeah, anything that involves a video where you got to put things together and individual photos and stuff, they're just time intensive to do. So, if I've got some kind of a deadline, like I feel like I do with these guys, then although the auxiliaries are going to be ready for tomorrow, we won't be playing with them. But I want to work on them now. I don't want to start on the next army and say, well, I'll come back to these guys, because I just don't think it's going to happen. I'll end up getting swallowed by that one and forget about these dudes. So I'd like to get this auxilia done while I can. So. Sometimes you got to keep yourself on a short leash to make sure you don't. It's almost 1 o'clock. You know what that means. Then put the grass on that. We're not going to stop in the middle of his face, though. We'll finish all this flesh stuff and then break for that. Yeah. This guy's got a mustache like what's his face? And I can't think of his name. That's becoming more and more apparent. I'll think of somebody, and I can't think of who I'm thinking of. So. And I can't look it up on my phone because I'm using my phone. Okay. Now we'll go over it again with more of this core color. Hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay. I have to go consult. Remember what this guy's name is and he looked like. I can't remember him. It's driving me crazy. I got too much stuff going on in my head. I forget what it is. So anyways, no, this guy's got a mustache. It looks like Sam Elliott. I knew it was Sam. Um, let's, I mean, he's got, thank you. He's got a pretty big mustache cast into him there. We're gonna paint him up like, gonna be some no pants, one shoe looking cowboy mother. Oh man. Yeah, so I think all the museum figures may be made by the same sculptor, which I understand is the owner of the company, which is, makes sense to me. But he sculpted so many figures in so many different sizes. He's got some Chinese peasants I can't use because they're like damn near 20 millimeter scale. Um, and the Indian peasants are also really big. And then he's got some guys that are very, very small. So yeah, it's kind of a smorgasbord. You don't know what you're gonna get. So which 15 millimeter manufacturer is my favorite? I don't really have one. I like so many of them. I will tell you the 15 millimeter manufacturer that's my favorite based on how many guys don't really like them. I don't know if I'm trying to get across I don't know if I can get across what I'm trying to say is, but there's lots of miniature manufacturers that have lots of people that like them. Okay. And that's easy. Like it's easy to find people who like Zyston, for instance. Okay. They don't need me to like them. It's very common for people to like Zyston, but the company that I like that people tend to not like and they don't get any love is minifigs. I like the style minifigs are done in. Now I don't like that they're one pose per pack, but you can kind of work around that. But lots of people like it's not a miniature manufacturer that people have a lot of love for, and I happen to like them. So do I like them better than everybody else? No. One that has always had a place. Now, I'm not talking about the strip minifigs. I'm talking about the ones that, I don't know, would they come up in the 80s or something like that? I like the way their horses look. I like the style the figures are done in. I just like them a lot. So, are they the best figures out there? No. But I do like the look that they're done in. So, but they make figures for everybody. So. Now, online, it looks like I'd really like those forged in battle figures, but man, they just came out too late. They should have come out. They should have come out 10 years ago, damn it. I'd have some then. But big figure packs don't scare me. The first army I ever built, my feudal Spanish, I ended up buying with Old Glory figures with some of the figures, and there were 50 figure packs. And I only needed a few, you know. And all right, let's bring this guy up a notch. Legio Heroica were very nice. I don't own any. Again, make periods of stuff that I like. It was like my Burgundians. I built my Burgundian army. If I had a perfect world, I would have built them with Legio Heroica Burgundians. The problem is I already have these and buy $60 or $70 worth of Burgundian figures from Legio Heroica. I just can't justify that. And besides, the figures that whoever's painting the Legio Heroica figures, they do a freaking excellent job. I mean, if my figures turn out looking like that, I'd be very happy. So I'm not really interested in painting figures that already have really good figures and make them look good. That's kind of exciting for me. It's not like the crappy figure manufacturers. This is a personal goal, you know. Um, you guys don't need to see any more, you know, these top tier figures painted, you know. By the time some of these figure manufacturers that have really good painters already doing figures for them get a hold of them, you know, you already know what they look like. So you already know what potential they could have. So, um, yeah. Yeah, I like all kinds of. I like almost all figure manufacturers. There's some figures that almost all figure manufacturers do well. Now, there's some figure manufacturers that have big fanboys or fans of them that I don't particularly care for, but that's okay. You know, I don't have to like every one of them. Um, I happen to like minifigs, the style they're done in. The big gripe about their style is they have like javelin armed troops that end up having lances that are like 15 feet long. That's really the only gripe, and only one pose per pack, unless you have a command pack, in which case there's, you know, you got a guy with a banner and some guy with a horn or drum, a commander, that kind of thing. I mix and match stuff, so it doesn't really bother me that much. I use uh, I use figures from all places, so. You missed the days when we could get 15 millimeter minifigs from here in the States. Yeah, I don't know that I did. That was in Colorado, I think, right? That was G. Tom's company, and I don't really know what went down behind the scenes, why he hadn't or didn't, and I don't know. That was back when I would check the miniatures page. I don't go on the damn miniatures page no more. They ruined it with politics, talking about food. You know, it's less miniatures and more other drama. I stopped using the miniatures page when I started doing DBA, so I really haven't been very active on this since 2005, I'd say. It was more useful for like my World War II stuff and that kind of thing, you know. But and there's some miniature manufacturers I've never even seen their figures in person. I've seen pictures of them and they don't look very appealing, but I've never seen them in person. So, and sometimes when you see them in person, they paint up okay, even though they look like they may not. So, sometimes you'll have a figure manufacturer has distinct things to them that don't appeal to you. A lot of museum miniatures figures have. Well, look at Peter Pig. Okay, Peter Pig. There's no doubt they make good figures, but they have a Peter Pig look, which is kind of open mouth, big chin, and they all look like the same guy. So they have figures that have a unique guys in your whole army that look like that because it's kind of a unique thing. But to have everybody that looks like that, well, maybe they're all inbred from the same from the same chromosomes. But um, you know, I like Peter Pig figures, and but they have that thing about them. Just about every figure manufacturer has something like that. So um, yeah, some are well proportioned, some are lanky, some are stocky, some are just have slits for eyes, kind of like this guy. Some have eyeballs painted in, so you have to freaking they're 3-dimensional to a degree. You have to paint them. Yeah, some have big feet, some have big cheekbones. You know, all kinds. I don't like the cheekbone figures. I'll tell you right now. That is a distinguishing mark that I don't care for. I also don't like figures that every one of them has the exact same look on the face. And I'll use as an example. If you guys do any 20mm figures, there's a manufacturer called Britannia. Every single one of the figures has like this. They have a large head. They have a head that's 30% bigger than normal, and they all have the same look. It could literally be identical twins. So they're very prolific, though. They make a lot of stuff, but they're just not my cup of tea. So, okay, so I think maybe we'll highlight this guy one. Let's add some white to this and see where it takes us. Okay, we'll do some him right here. All right. Let's take a little bit of yeah, we got to make this guy a redhead for sure. Although we said we were going to work on the grass. Well, damn it, let's do what we said we were going to do. We can always come back to that. All right. Let's close this up. Let's put all this stuff away. All we're going to need right now is old Elmer's glue. Okay. And put these covers back. All right, set this off to the side. All right, let's go get our little black tray, which is down here. And we're gonna zoom this out, and you guys are not gonna be able to see what the hell's going on here. All right, and of course we're gonna do the little one first, little guy first. All right. Let's get a crappy brush. And a little plate here. And the grass, which is here. All right. PVA in the house. All right, all we're gonna do here is check one more time for comments, and then we're gonna go underground for a little bit. Oh, that's it. All right, so we're gonna paint the edge here. And this is what we're going to dust up with the grass. And see how this turns out. Ah, yes, there's construction going on in the kitchen. That would be how I would cook eggs. I'm a painter, not a cook, damn it. All right. Now, let's see how the hell this is going to look. Let's put this down. Put my glasses on so I can find myself. GW Games Workshop Wilkins. I'm sure that's not what it stands for, but hey, it sounds good on paper. Sounds good on video. All right. And we will repurpose all this stuff that falls off. Not that I don't have a ton more of this stuff, but yeah, it looks a hell of a lot better than without it being grassed. So, well, that doesn't work. This damn light's in the way always for videos, anyhow. Yeah. We'll blow these out later. So we're gonna set this off to the side. That's the wife, no doubt, beating the animal so he doesn't get away before we eat him. I don't know what the hell's going on in there. Uh-oh. What we got here? Yes, the woods are looking better. They are. So you just have to just not give up on yourself, you know? And just leave myself out. Look, if they look like crap, I'll throw them away. I'll take the bushes off and we'll make another one. And we'll learn from our mistakes. So, you know, I need to not give up on myself sometimes, you know? I don't remember the last time I made something that it just turned out so god-awful that I just couldn't live with it. It happens, but it's not very frequent. So you just need to just believe in yourself and figure you can paint your way out of anything that is going to cause you that kind of turmoil. And just remember that. So. It's got another spot out there. We'll put some grass in there so we don't have a huge dirt spot in the middle of the forest. And some of it's still going to show through, and that's okay. here we go. Yeah, some of this is falling out of here. Whoop-de-doo. This isn't difficult to do. It's just trying difficult to do this and then look up from time to time to make sure that I'm in the middle of the camera. And that's what kind of throws me off. Okay. We'll blow this off outside. Ah, the bitching chair. Yeah, I think it looks better than the earlier woods. But we don't plan on using any of them tomorrow. We'll plan on using the new woods tomorrow. That's why we did all this shit. That's why we're doing this. Time to buy more Elmers. Okay. My real gripe with this was going to be, am I going to like how it looks? Because the stand is actually thicker than I wanted it to be. I don't have any U.S. Postal Service things, and I want to use the cardboard I had. I didn't want to go to the post office to get boxes to just cut them up and use them for something else. And wasn't really interested in that. I want to hit the ground running. No excuses, just start creating. Open area there. This is Sam Elliott, get the hell out of the way. You're proud of me, dude. Okay, here goes. Put some in there. Put some in there. Put some in there. Let's see, where do we have some that are in the middle? Here? Okay. let this dry. That should be fine. Now, what do we do with the rest of the stuff? Well, and you're always going to lose some. You just have to deal with it. I've had this stuff from Scenic Express for every bit of almost 20 years. And I don't know that I've used half of it, so. Okay, so. Yeah, time to refill that little tub. Got one of these multi-pack things of grass here. Unfortunately, just about all the colors are about useless, except for the one I use. And, this is Scenic Express Farm Pasture Blend. I guess I have used quite a bit of it, but that's okay. Should buy more of this before I realize they don't make it anymore. I'm up a creek trying to match my armies. Alright. And that goes here. Alright. Rinse this. I'm going to take a little bathroom break and I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So let them dry a little bit, and they're definitely looking better than the previous Sellwoods. So definitely. Got some troops on them. I think they look pretty good. They'll look really good when they're on an actual mat or something like that of the color. Now, how do they match this? Pretty well. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, those guys are trying. See how many of these things we can. All right, let's flip it to the, much better. Back to work on sanding here. Okay. after this guy's done, we'll only have 4 more auxilia. So should be done with these guys at the end of next week, I would imagine. These stands of auxilia. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 figures done for the army. So, yeah, this will give me 3 more. It'll be 18 figures done for the army. Mix and match different kinds. And there's still other options I could do. I could do bow, but I want to give it a rest. I want to move to something else. I'm getting antsy about starting the next project. So definitely want to give that a whirl. I want to paint me some flags. What I want to do. So that's definitely the appeal for the next batch. All right, so what did we leave off? We left off on this dude's. Let's go ahead and do the javelin. So there's no doubt what color we're going to do on the javelin. We're fine on black for the mix-in. We're fine with that. And let's bring. Let's find this dark sand here. I should finish my Russians next, but I'm not going to, because I should do that. That's what I should do, though. I still might. That's why I said I'm 95% sure what I'm going to do next, but I don't know. I want to decide until the last minute. So all I know is whatever I'm doing next, I'm going to have like 90% of all the figures already. So if there's anything to get, it's not going to be much. And I could be any number of armies. I'm not about 4 or 5. So. Okay. Now we'll come in here and where did my little go? Here we go. Yeah. It seems to make a difference using this as the wetting instead of just flat water. Using the Vallejo thinner, which is just probably a fancy way of saying some version of rubbing alcohol. Now, I kind of screwed up here. One of my least favorite things to do in painting miniatures is cleaning off figures. I just don't think it should be my job to do that. And it looks like I still do it, but it looks like I finished it. I missed a piece of flash right there. It's sticking out from this damn javelin. Oh, damn spot. Alright. Because I don't want to have to paint over that. Now what happened? There you go. Now we can paint it with the weight. Man, we'll have to wait a little bit for that to dry, but yeah, I don't think that should be my job to do that. You guys should clean your damn molds, and you know, some are worse than others. Especially if you got like a flash that it's like two halves of the thing. It goes all the way around the figure. Yeah, that's pain in the ass. I don't like any part of that. So, up to there. That's all a little sidetrack that was. Right, and we should just be able to just grab the straight color from here and not darken it at all, and roll with it. So. Okay, there's that. I think I need to take a break because I've got to go check on some stuff that I'm done. Thanks for hanging out with me here for a little over an hour. We got those woods done. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Happy painting. See ya.